Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here, y'all. Oh, God. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to feel. I've been feeling so many different emotions all at once. Okay, I want to do what Corbin did and come out and be like, ah! But it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I can't yell the way that I want to. Ah, this is Pvalleystarz, y'all. This is Pvalleystarz, the season finale. Season 2, episode 10, Mississippi Rule. Child, what is going on? Why my daggone man Diamond always gotta catch strays? Why my man gotta catch strays? No, we cannot let it go like that. I need season 3 and I need it right now, and I need some slow singing flower bringing, damn it, for Diamond. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I honestly don't know how I feel. I was happy, I was sad, I was scared, I was terrified, I was petrified, I was afraid, I was petrified, okay? But down in the valley where the girls get naked, if you throwing them bands, then you know we gotta shake it. 1, 2, breaker, 3, 4, breaker. That's officially the last time I get to say that until we get season 3. I'm claiming it. Season 3 is gonna come. Y'all better come, okay? Oh, Lord, y'all. Child, it was the big finale, and it was some new beginnings and Lord endings, okay, up in Chuckalisa, baby. And we is over here still at damn Andre house who nobody give a damn about, and his freaking wife and him is arguing back and forth, okay? And Autumn just standing here looking at both of them arguing back and forth or whatever have you. And I'm like, girl, really? you know, it was hilarious to me that this chick popped back up and really thought that Andre was supposed to be sitting around waiting for her after she had a whole daggone, you know what I'm saying, thing in her daggone mouth. I'm just still trying to understand it, you know? And, you know, she's basically saying, I guess this is your get back, or I deserve this. That's how you trying to come back at me to pay me back. And he was like, you damn right, you know? Like, hell to the year, you know? And she talking about you wanted to mess with some bright light, and here go, you know, Haley talking about some, who you calling bright light, and, you know, Andre was looking like he was about to turn into a demon, okay? This is the second time we see him have the crazy face. Of course, the first time was when he had to throw Dr. Dude to roll up on around and through the house, you know what I'm saying? And so he was like, yeah, I do, you know? And they both sitting there staring at her like the trash that she is. But then we hearing cars pulling up, and, you know, they kind of calm themselves down for a minute. She goes to her behind down. And so things was looking good for Andre 1 minute, y'all. And, you know, of course, in the mix of this, he's like, you know, Haley's telling him he got a crowd starting to come out in front of the house. So he's like, he'll be out there in a minute. So, you know, you have somebody saying like, okay, Andre Watkins, he got next, or whatever the case may be. I don't know if it was the radio or TV, and she go walking out. And then you got Corbin coming in talking about some, hey, you know what I'm saying, Barack. And so, of course, he didn't know that, you know, Miss Wifey done decided to bring her behind down there. So he's like, well, Barack and Michelle. And he's saying Corbin, and he's like, all right, you know what I'm saying, he could see he came in at the wrong time. But he tells him he's in the lead and they about to call it, so he needs to get on out there, you know. Before that, though, the wife was asking him, like, why he didn't tell her about his father, and he was like, you know, why would I? He was, you know, basically saying that he was ashamed, and he was like, would you still have married me? He said he wanted it to be about the legacy, so he lied, and he was like, remember the night that we got married, I told you I would kill for you, and basically I did, you know. And he got rid of his soul to pretend to be this person, you know, that he thought she needed. He erased himself and his own father, whatever the case may be. And so he was like, I knew you couldn't handle the truth about him, right? And quite frankly, the truth about him, you know. And so she was like, well, I guess we both been lying to each other. Duh, chick, you just freaking realizing that? We all know y'all was lying to each other. So she talking about some, you know, oh, you trying to divorce me? Because he was basically like, yeah, this ain't nothing happening here, Captain. And he was like, I'm in love with another woman. She talking about some, he said, and you in love with another man. And he was like, she's going to talk about some, yeah, I am in love with another man. I said, girl, please stop lying to Andre, stop lying to us, stop lying to yourself, And so he ain't really have time to get into too much more with her because he had to go ahead outside and, get out there with his, crowd was forming out there, right? And he thinking he about to go out there to celebrate it, And I don't know if Corbin already knew before he came in there saying that to him or if he didn't know it really because of what we see later. But, Andre basically tells the wife, you good at wearing masks and you talk about wearing masks all the time, right? It's time to put one on. I guess for her to come outside and be, next to him. So she just looking with a dumb face. So we get back to the Pink and they trying to get, Little Murder back out there, get the show continuing. Okay, the night is not over. And we have him walk out and see this mirror, and it was like the mirror had cracks and it was showing him in different ways when he had the blonde hair, when he have a cap on, a hood on, and, whatever else, the blue hair with the blue jacket. And I loved that image. That was hot. And he's looking at himself in the mirror, and then he takes, the teeth out his mouth. So I'm like, what's going on, Little Murder? What you about to do, right? And I'm like, is this a dream, child? I don't know how many times in this episode I thought something was a dream. All right. And so we got Never Scared calling him out or whatever and asking everybody if they ready. And then he come out and he walk on stage. And, you got Maine coming in looking or whatever the case may be. I'm over Maine behind too at this point. All right. And, when Murder come out, they had the music bumping or whatever. And so, everybody's clapping and cheering for him. But he was like, yo, I said, cut the music, cut the music. He had to say it like 2-3 times. And so finally they cut it and he just standing there looking. And, you have one person in the crowd like, are you gonna, are you gonna spit or not? And he just still standing there looking at them. And then, he started basically freestyling or whatever, right? And he's basically starting to begin to perform the song that he had Mercedes listen to or whatever, right? Which is 7 Pounds of Pressure, this new song that he made. And I'm like, okay, Murder, go ahead, do what you gotta do, right? He started doing his thing or whatever. And the next thing you know, the music is bumping. Everybody's, vibing to it, whatever have you. And the beat drop and I see somebody come out and they getting down on the floor doing splits, flipping and spinning and, waving around on the pole. And I'm like, wait a minute, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? I'm trying to see the face. I said, bitch, that's Mercedes. Mercedes is back out on the pole. Yes, bitch, do it. Show these motherfuckers that you still got it, girl. All right. I was here for that. I love their little performance, and that was just like a full circle moment or whatever, right? Remember in the last episode, of course, she got to see those pictures up and, talking with Farrah, then talking with him back in the room and listening to his song. That's all he really wanted, even all the way back in season 1. It's like she's flipping this shit and doing it so good. It was like, okay, Mercedes, I see you, sis. All right. They thought you didn't have it no more, but you still got it, boo. And of course, Maine is busy in the audience, pissed off. He's not even thinking about, Mercedes and this dance she doing. He's just looking mad evil at Murder and trying to hear these damn words that he's saying out his daggone mouth at this point. So I'm like, oh Lord, Murder, I am nervous for you, honey. I've been nervous for him and Keyshawn since the beginning of this season. At the same time we seeing daggone Patrice getting prayed over by these daggone people and they all in a circle around her. We seeing Andre walking out his house with the big smile on his phone. Smile on his face, I should say. And he gets a call that says, I'm calling to extend, Patrice was getting a call to say, I'm calling to, extend congratulations. So Patrice done one. And at the same time, he gets a call from Haley that said, keep your head up, King. So I was like, you know, and of course his face just changes because he, you know, and she says it's okay or whatever, we still love you. And so Wayne tells her, like, you know, it seems like they messed me up or whatever, but I don't care. You know, at least I could be ahead of the council, Mayor Woodbine or whatever. And that's when she know that she has it. So I was like, oh, Lord. I said, what little switcheroo they did there, right? I was kind of wondering if Patrice may be the one to still come out and win this, right? I think it was like a more interesting story as far as her winning versus Andre. We know she gonna be, you know, never a dull moment with her, right? And so, you know, after that, you know, they out there saying how Patrice Woodbine is gonna be the first female mayor there. And you know, Andre cuts in and he was like, listen, I'm moving back to Chucalissa, whatever. I'm about to start a new, you know what I'm saying, chapter. I'm going to be opening up my own law firm here. And the wife is just looking at him because, of course, he ain't told her nothing of what he's doing. She just trying to put a smile on her face. You know, he's saying how he going to open this new law practice and that this has always been his home and he should have probably never left and all of that kind of stuff. And she just got the fake grin on her face while he talking. And Haley just standing down, you know, smiling. And Corbin over here clapping because, like he said, he was going to win and make money regardless of who won. And, you know, he looking at Haley laughing the whole time. And so Mercedes and, you know, Little Murder come in the back and they laughing and she feeling all good and, you know, Murder feeling good. And then we see Cliff crying. And so, of course, they like, what is going on? What happened? You know what I'm saying? Are you okay? What happened? What's going on? And Uncle Clifford is basically like, she didn't drink the water, y'all. And they like, what are you talking about? She was like, she ain't drink the water. She ain't drink the water. She was like, you know, Mercedes asking her what the hell that mean. And Murder's like Ernestine, okay? He knew automatically about, you know what I'm saying, from when they went by the lake and all of that. And so they all hugging her. So Ernestine is okay, y'all. Okay, she ain't drink that water. She said, I ain't ready yet. I'm still going to be here, bitches, all right? So it actually ended up being good news, all right? I was so happy for that because nobody didn't want, you know, Ernestine gone, you know. And so, you know, that was like a celebrating moment, right? Oh, Lord, yeah. So, you know, we have Miss Keyshawn getting this car together. You know, she's hearing Haley voice saying everything that she got to do, you know, these rules that she gave her, no friends. And, you know, making sure that you got all of your stuff together, everything will be fine and all of that kind of stuff. But you do always have to look over your shoulder, never look back, tell no one where you're going, you know. And most importantly, never, ever, ever tell anyone your real name. So I said, Lord, we already know this is not going to go good because Keyshawn got all her stuff together. So, you know, we're seeing, oh, Lord, we're seeing Uncle Clifford basically, you know, in bed with Little Murder, you know, basically waking him up or whatever, and you know, just looking at him and stuff like that. And he was like, how was last night? And so Little Murder basically was like saying, you know, I think, no, I'm sorry, Little Murder asked Clifford how was last night, and Clifford was basically like, oh, I think I can handle, you know what I'm saying, that a little bit. He was like, I wasn't talking about that, I'm talking about my performance. So he was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, you need to, you know, speak into the mic more, hold the mic closer to your face. He was like, you know, you could wear a little bit, you know, do a sound check, make sure your sound is correct or whatever the case may be, and your mouth is straight next to the mic. And he was like, I don't know about them pants either, okay? They could use something with a little bit more stretch so your balls could be free, okay? And so Little Murder was just like, damn, Sheldon, you trying to, you know what I'm saying, switch up everything. So he's like, well, I got to get ready for this tour today. And then, you know, Cliff is like, today? He's like, yeah, it's today. So, you know, he's like, she was like, oh, she was like, so Dag, you really got to go, you know, and she didn't know he was going to be leaving today. And he was like, yeah. So she was like, well, when you coming back? And he said, I don't know. He was like, but it'll be a Mississippi Minute. So, you know, Cliff kind of got up and I guess was getting back to reality. Like, listen, sometimes a Mississippi minute can last a lifetime or whatever, right? And just started getting up. But, Murder was saying, like, well, what if, you know what I mean? It don't have to be that way. What if I actually could come out and be able to be myself, And Uncle Clifford was telling him that, I see that you're going to make it and that you're going to go far, and I wish I could be there to see it. And Little Murder was like, what are you talking about? And she was saying the sun don't shine, or, everywhere all the time, right? Or at the same time. And you got your light and I got mine, And she was like, we know what the real deal is, or whatever the case may be, I don't want to put you in a place where it's going to dim you. And so she basically was like, you know what I'm saying, you ain't dumb. And so he was like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you ain't dumb, right? And that's no shocker. We all know that, Uncle Clifford is not going to want to feel like she's holding Little Murder down or making Little Murder change or anything like that, right? And so that's when he started asking her, like, what if I could, just be myself and have people love me, know me for me, the real me. And she was like, listen, we could only exist in this room, in the pink walls, okay, in the kitchen, you know what I mean? That's as far as it could go. She said the memories she have, she gonna hold on to forever, and it's enough for her, and she hopes it's enough for him. So at this point, she was like, Little Murder said, that's what you feel is best. And she was like, yeah, Ernestine is coming home today anyway, and I'm going to have my grandmother back, so that's all I need, okay? And maybe she didn't mean it in no kind of way. I doubt she did, but it definitely made Murder feel a certain way where he was like, bet, and jumped up and, kind of had an attitude or whatever the case may be, and was like, I guess I better go ahead and get myself together to get out of here, and went in the bathroom and slammed the door. So I was like, oh, Lord, Uncle Clifford, So we see Patrice checking out her office, and we see that she's coming out to give this speech, and she's saying she going to be a pastor/mayor, okay? She ain't going to put her Bible down, and Mercedes is watching her on the TV and, smoking her little stuff, and she just like, yeah, whatever, chick. Like, you always gotta be extra, you know what I'm saying? Nothing can ever be simple with you. She said, this bitch stayed doing the most. And so, she basically, hear the dog barking or whatever, and she opened up the door and look out there, and it's a package. And so when she take the package out or whatever, we didn't get to see what it was at first, but I figured, it was a picture the way it was folded up. And so yes, it was. And she calls Farrah, and Farrah's in the middle of doing some type of shoot, and she answers the phone, and she's like, oh, you got it. And she's like, yeah, what's up with this? What am I supposed to do with this big ass picture or whatever? And what is this check you sent me? I said, girl, don't complain, okay? And Farrah basically just tells her, like, well, that's the Mercedes experience. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she was like, that's not, from the money that I owed you or whatever. That's money I owe you from royalties, from using your likeness and photographs. I said, yes, that's what we got to do, Farrah, all right? That's what we got to do. And so, Mercedes asked us that how art works, and Farrah said not always, but women can make deals, right? And Mercedes basically was like, right. And Farrah tells her sponsorships expire, but royalties last forever. I said, I know that's right, honey. They sure do. Okay, so, she tells her, see you later. And Farrah was like, no, you won't, but I'll sure be seeing you. And I love it. Let Mercedes get her due. Let her have a win. She was losing for so long, all right? I was here for that. And so, we see that all these women, child, is a long-ass line by Andre house. Everybody want to bring him something to eat, and they telling him it's more where that came from and all of that. And, of course, Haley Raggedy behind is somewhere in the middle of the damn line with her box of cigars, and she give him one out of the box and, basically tell him congratulations, light it for him. Of course, put it in the mouth wife is in the back peeking through. And, she just basically, told him congratulations and was like, I see you getting, a whole bunch of people coming through. And he apologized to her for last night. And she was like, you wanted to get caught. And he was like, no, trust me. I didn't want no damn baby mama Jerry Springer antics. That's just not for me. And so, she kind of looks down and looks sad for a minute. And he was like, what? And she was like, nothing. Of course, you know, she was originally going to tell him about the pregnancy, but now she ain't. And then she asked him, is it true he's staying? And then is she staying, you know? And he says she may stay or go, depends on time and forgiveness or whatever. And at the end of the day, as far as being there, he should have never left. And so, you know, of course, she's still thinking she gonna get promised land. She's saying she have everything she want and need and everything that she deserves, okay, according to her. And she gives him the box and she's walking away. And of course, he's like, yo, you never told me what you wanted to tell me last night. And so she says, it's the words we don't say that haunt us forever, right? But words sometimes don't never need to be said. And she basically was like, see you around, Andre Watkins, Esquire. Maybe when I get this deal, I'll need your help, you know, with the contracts. And so he basically was just like, okay, you know, and he go ahead to looking at these daggone, you know, women with this daggone food. And so here go Haley calling up, you know what I'm saying? What was her name? Beulah. She calling her up. Oh yeah, you know, aren't you ready for this deal? And the lady's like, well, your guy didn't win. She was like, yeah, but that doesn't matter because what we didn't expect was the casino referendum to go through. So things are still good. And now I don't want 10 million. I want 15 million. And she was like, oh girl, no. What are you talking about, sweetie? She was like, no, 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 no. You know, that's not gonna be happening or whatever. That's not happening at all. You know, she let her talk for a minute and everything. She was like, well, somebody sure did blow on the dice last night. So she's basically like, darling, you know, I don't need the pink anymore. And she was like, yes, you do. You can't do nothing without the pink. What are you talking about? That's when she stopped and she looking stupid or whatever the case may be. She was like, it's the only waterfront property unless you forgot. And she was like, oh no, not, you know, telling her she can't build it anywhere else because of how, you know what I'm saying, the laws and whatever is made and where the water is. She said, oh no, not unless you can't get in the city, but you can bring the water to you. All right. And then Haley's laughing like, to you, that's not possible. She was like, one thing you gonna learn is that the water got a good memory, girl. Okay. And she basically was like, it flows where it once ran. And so remember, and that's also, you know what I'm saying, power. So she was like, I bet you wish you took that 5 million now. Now that part I did get right in my predictions because I said Haley was too far up on her damn high horse and it looked like Corbin and, you know, Uncle Clifford was trying to work something out. And remember that line of bring the water to you is what Uncle Clifford came and told Corbin. So I said, okay, wait a minute, where we going with this now? I'm talking. I see what y'all doing here, right? And so she says, you know, you should have took that off in the salon that day, honey. Now you have a blessed day, bitch. I said, oh shit. So Haley looking real stupid now, baby. All right. Looking real stupid. And we see when she look at the newspaper, one side is talking about the historic win for, you know, Pastor Woodbine, and the other side is saying referendum leads to the first casino builds on Corbin Cow Canal, baby. Okay, I said, all right, Corbin Cow. So then we see him sitting there, right? And he's on his porch or whatever the case may be, picking up some orange juice. I don't know. Maybe those was, what's them things called? I can't even think of the name of them right now. Probably has some liquor in it, right? But I look and he giving his brother a damn cheers. I said, all right now, you ain't have to add him in there too with his raggedy behind. But I guess, you know, either way, you making your, you know, way and made your deal and you still came out on top and the pink still gets to stay. So I'm not going to complain. And they doing the cheers or whatever the case may be. And of course, then that's when we see, you know, the part in the preview where he get up and he come down and do his, yeah, okay, in front of the house, okay, because he said he was going to win regardless, and we all know he don't care if Haley got bumped out the damn deal because he never liked her raggedy behind any damn way, all right, and so he's like, I got you, motherfuckers, okay, and so he still came out on top either way, right, and, You know, then we had grandmama is home, baby. Grandmama is home. Grandmama is home. Okay. She done came back up in the house and she said, baby, it's smelling like bussy in here. What the hell is going on? You know, and she said them people need their ass whooped. And of course, Uncle Cliff is trying to make sure she's settled, she have what she needed. She's like, girl, if you don't back up off me, okay, leave me the hell alone. She's like, you know, you just getting out the hospital. They said your feet gotta be up, you know, and elevated because they still a little you know, swollen. She's asking her if she's hungry. She was like, you know, you done been through a lot from around that Rona. She like, oh, you know, get the hell away from me, all right? Get the hell away from me. And Clifford said, well, you still been hacking up your lungs, so maybe they should have kept your ass. So then the doorbell rings and it's Big L. I told y'all Big L wasn't going to be gone for long. She said, what the hell y'all doing here, Big L? Duffy, she said, well, he said, we came to work. She said, work? Ain't you fired? He said, well, Miss Ernestine called me to get things together for her homecoming party. I said, no, Miss Ernestine didn't. She said, child, I ain't got to play with y'all. I'm back home now. Things gonna get in order, okay? She said, listen, ain't nobody got time for that. She talking about, I got the antibody, yaddies. So she says she want to get out on the dance floor. She want the 45s. She want the jukebox move. She said, Clifford, I've been making calls, okay? I ain't got no time to, you know what I'm saying, be playing no games with y'all. She was like, God ain't through with me yet, okay? She about to throw the biggest player ball there is. And so, you know, Clifford just looking and he was saying, you know, she tells them she wants the jukebox to be moved from the main floor to, from the back room to the main floor. So Clifford was like, well, why not just put it outside? And she's like, okay, that's a good idea, Clifford. Like, that's right. Get with the program and start telling me stuff that we could do that's going to help me with my party, okay? Not stand in my way. So that tickled me. Like, just having that energy back and having Miss Ernestine back for this episode really shows why we need her around. We got to have grandmother Ernestine there, okay? And so then we hear her say, oh, Duffy, you here too? She was like, did you bring him? And he was like, of course I did. You know I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying, what you told me to do. You know what I'm saying? Come on. And so then the Uganda guy come walking in and he talking in his language or whatever. And she, you know, here go Clifford hating, talking about some, you know, not really hating though. You still got to be careful. It's COVID, but you know, it was cute because she like, listen, you don't be getting all up on my grandmother like that. So she telling him to stay 6 feet away and he over here talking about Africans don't get it. You know, in the beginning they were saying black people didn't get it. So that tickled me or whatever. And the Clifford's like, So she's like, what the hell is wrong with you, grandmama? She was like, you can't be doing all of this. And she was like, listen, she said, you don't even know what he's saying. And she was like, shit, it sounds good to me. I don't need to know what he's saying, baby, okay? And so she was like, I'll be there in a minute. Yeah, I said, I know that's right. And, you know, she ready to go ahead and get herself together. And so, you know, she told Clifford, you should be ashamed of yourself. You out here worried about how I'm living. You need to worry about how you living. And she says she gonna go ahead up and change her damn panties. All right, on that note. And so all of a sudden, Clifford is trying to go up after her, but she hear a voice say, you know, she's right. So Cliff come back down, all right? We done got a light on, okay, in the daggone living room, honey. A red light like it's in the red light district. And so, you know, she go back down and she walks to the living room and it's her mama in the living room or whatever, you know, and she tells her, like, you can't come back and think you're going to take Ernestine now. And she was like, I'm not coming to take no daggone Ernestine. I came here to speak to you, okay? I ain't come here for her. And she was like, you know, she's right with what she said. You should be ashamed of yourself. She was like, you know, what you said to that boy earlier, you can't just give up on love and let it slip out the door like that. And Clifford was basically like, you got some nerve, mama. What did love do for you, huh? She was like, you know, it put you on your deathbed. It had left you with scars and sores and pneumonia in your lungs. And so love killed you, mama. And her mother said, no, love ain't killed me, baby. A virus did. So apparently we've now found out that, you know, her mama had the virus, and that's what, you know, basically she ended up succumbing to it and passing away from that. And so in Clifford's eyes all this time, which is why she struggles so much when it comes to relationships and her outlook on things, you know, her mother died because of love. And so this is another reason why Cliff, guards her heart the way she does. But her mother was telling her, I took a risk, baby, and sometimes there's reward, And she was just like, that's what it is. This is life. And so, we hear Ernestine coughing or whatever and coming back down the stairs, and she kind of snap out of it. And her mom is gone when she look again, and Ernestine out that damn door, baby. Ernestine said, listen, are you coming or not? Because I got things to do, places to go, people to see, even though she blind. I love it, okay? I love every minute of it. And so, of course, Clifford got to hurry up and go ahead, or grandmother going to be, leaving without her. And so we see Mercedes drive up and go, of course, to see Little Murder at this tour bus. He's coming out with this bag, and she's like, what is this? And he was like, that's what I owe you. So not only do she have whatever stuff that Keyshawn set up for her, but then she have, Little Murder trying to look out for her too, and bringing this Louis Vuitton bag that got some money in it. Like, I got to make sure you straight or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's those stacks that I owed you, and you going to need them, And he says, give him a call. So she was like telling him, of course, don't tell nobody that she's leaving. And he says, your secret is safe with me. And she tells him yours is too. And they doing a little handshake. And, like I said in my prediction video, and I've probably said in other review videos, I love Little Murder and, Mississippi's connection and relationship that they have, and she tells him like they do this really long hug or whatever for a minute, and then she just says to him like, you gonna miss her. And he was like, what you think? And she tells him, well, the difference is, first she said, not more than me. And then she said, but then again, you don't got to. Like, in other words, you got that choice that you could still go back and you could tell her you know what I'm saying, you love her and you want to be with her. And so he said, well, go ahead and get those babies from your sisters. And she got ahead to leave, and she's just like looking at him as she driving away, and he looking over her, and just like in a big brother protective way. And as she driving away, I said, this ain't gonna go good, because too much stuff is flowing too good and too easy, and we just already knew that it was going to be some foolishness and fuckery, y'all. But nonetheless, we got Mercedes. She in her studio, child. She got the pole up. She putting up the pictures, baby. She got the mirrors. She swinging around that thing like ain't nobody business. I say, yes, Mercedes. Yes, 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 girl. Yes. Honey, child, who come walking in? The devil, okay, / Mayor Bishop. Come walking in the house, okay? And I was just saying in my prediction video that they had not had any scene together this whole season. So I was like, will they get one in the finale? And sure enough, they do, okay? And so when she come walking in, she's looking, and she's just like, well, what's going on here? Like, hey, you would never think nothing ever happened. She's talking about, oh, I'm the new mayor of Chuckalissa, so I've been making my rounds today, checking on all the small businesses in town, And she was like, wow, that's you turned all upside down. And Mercedes basically was like, yeah. And she was like, And so she says, well, what's going on up in here? I thought this was supposed to be a gym for the girls, and now you got this pole here. You know what I'm saying? Why is this pole here? So Mercedes said, well, it's for people like old bitches like you, matter of fact, okay, is what she said, that want to do better pole, you know what I'm saying, routines. And she was like, you could have came here and got a lesson from the Mercedes experience, and she telling her sometimes you got to do, what you got to do to win. And so, of course, Mercedes is like, even over your own daughter. And, Mama Mayor Bishop says, in spite of that, look at where you are now. And Mercedes says, and look at you. She said, I guess we both had to learn how to dream new dreams, Mayor Bishop. Okay. And so, she started laughing, and she was like, well, anyway, girl, this ties is going to keep me busy. Running the church going to keep me busy. Running the city. And Mercedes was telling her, well, maybe you might want to let one of them go. She said, oh, no. I could rock 2 crowns now. Don't get it twisted. Okay. You see how many wigs I got. All right. Mama got some stuff to do. Okay. So she was like, I've learned to, balance it. So Mercedes is like, So she was like, matter of fact, she was like, Shell called me the other night. So Mercedes is like, did she? And she was like, I know that me and you both know that she going through it. And she reached out to the tabernacle, and she was, Mercedes said what she did that for. She was like, I think she's looking for help, and she needed the Lord, and it's only help that the Lord could give her. And so she said she also wanted forgiveness, and she basically knows, that she ain't perfect by any means, and she's struggling right now, but she does want to change. And so she basically was like, she wanted to change for the better or whatever. And so she's going to rehab, and she calls up Pastor Bishop, okay, to take Terica in for her. So Mercedes said, is that right? She says, yeah, but looking at the 14-year-old girl might be a little bit too much for me, okay? A little hard on Mayor Bishop, all right? So she was like, sides, I already done raised mine. So she basically starts walking towards the door and was like, when Mercedes turns around, she was like, I'm going to go get the rest of her things out the car. And Terica standing there. And I ain't going to lie, y'all. I start to tear up a little bit. Okay, do we got a little family connection going on here too? So, she going, she hugging Terica or whatever. And it's just like, finally, everything is starting to kind of come together for Miss Mercedes. So, Clifford, she there, okay, playing some music and looking through this photo album, just reminiscing and going back, thinking about what Mama done said to her, right? And, she enjoying looking back, and she over here singing and just feeling good. Mama Ernestine is home, you know what I mean? Let Uncle Clifford have, her relaxation time. Oh no, here come Haley throwing the paper on her. What did you do? What does this mean? They're building a canal in the river with Corbin Cow, and Cliff said, huh? What you talking about? She was like, girl, you sure some front page kind of news, huh? She picked the paper up. She like, oh, wow. City Council Wayne Cow approves building from his brother, Corbin. She was like, oh, Corbin. She was like, don't play coy with me. Okay, this is what Haley's saying. Don't mess with me. You the one that had to do this. You had to stop to have something to do with this. And trying to call Clifford out his name. Clifford said, watch what the names on them. Lakeisha Haley Savage. All right, calm your behind down. So she hit her in the head with the paper, and she was like, somebody sure is on their period today. You want something for those cramps. So she said, well, I think I got a little something for you to take those cramps away. And she give her that check. And so she looking at it, and she talking about, how did you get this? Where did you get this from? A check for $250,000. So Clifford was like, I'm buying my club back from you. She said, this is a check Corbin wrote to you. She said, and I'm signing it over to you. This is how much you paid for the club, and that's how much you getting right back. It's only fair after everything you've done. So Haley talking about this is nowhere near fair. Don't make sense. She said, well, the Mississippi rule is clear that the casino could be anywhere near water. She talking about, well, I'm the majority owner. Corbin has to negotiate with me. She said, oh, no, sweetie, but you gave me 38% ownership, okay? And in Magnolia State, baby, that's enough to negotiate for land. I said, you better come through, Clifford, and know your damn laws, okay? And Corbin basically is helping her out with it. So she said, well, you made a deal with Corbin behind my back, you idiot. These white people, they always gonna have. Do you know how much money you gave away and how much the white folks is gonna make? And Uncle Clifford told her, listen, they gonna keep having what they have, and I'm gonna stay right here and have what I have, which is my damn club, okay? And she was like, but me and you could have split the money. We could have split it. And then, Cliff said, where would I be? Where would I work? What would I have? So she was like, you better be who you need to be or whatever. That's what Uncle Clifford was telling, Haley. He said, you got it messed up. You kept acting like the pink was just a building, but the pink ain't just a building, baby. It's mine. It's what my family built. This is my life. This is my memory. This is my dream. You go out there and find your own damn dream. And so here she go again. If it weren't for me and my money, she said, yeah, and I thought you was doing this, talking about this place would have been sold for a penny. She said, if it wasn't, Clifford said, if it wasn't for Mercedes, okay, you would be dead. I said, that's what I'm talking about, bitch. There we go. Let's talk about it, okay? And so she was like, Yeah, you better have saved the club. I thought you was saving it because we had a sister for life. I thought you understood family. I thought you understood trust and sacrifice. But this sister soon revealed that she was a damn snake in the grass, okay? And you turned your back on us and you turned your back on me. And you ain't shit. She didn't say that part, but I'm adding it in. She said you was willing to add us on the auction block. You know what I'm saying? And because you ain't know that this place was so much more, and it was built on the backs and split of blood of this family. You know what I'm saying? So she talking about any of the girls would have did this. She said no, they wouldn't. And she said I feel sorry for you, and she better than me because I don't feel sorry for nothing of damn Haley, okay? Trash, I tell you. And she gonna talk about you a lost little girl with no family or whatever to call your own. And Haley gonna talk about because Clifford said we could have been that for you. She says I don't need no family, and Clifford says no, you need it. Trust me, you need it, bitch. Okay, you desire it and you deserve it. And she was like, I hope you find it. And like I said, she gave her more damn grace than I would have. You know what I'm saying? She did that real nice. And so she's still trying to argue, 250 is not enough. I need more. That's not going to keep me afloat. I did other things to keep this business afloat or whatever. I'm not going to just walk away with this in a Birkin. You need to include some interest or something. And Big L said getting rid of bodies feels like interest to me. And him and freaking Diamond standing in the back. Freaking Diamond got a chainsaw in his hand. Freaking Big L looked like he had some type of damn gloves on with lie in his hand and some big boots. Like giving her that hint. Like, chick, which way you want to leave here? Do you want us to put you the same place we put Montavious, or you want to go out the door? Because Clifford told her you could go out the door, or I could throw you out the damn window. She's standing there looking stupid, looking at them, looking at Cliff like, oh, wow, really? This is how you going to do me? Like she feeling so hurt. They ain't do nothing to you but what you was willing to do to them, sweetie. You didn't care about nobody but your damn self. So why should anybody care about you right now? They gave you right back what you gave them. And then Clifford said, now you know, rule. Excuse me. Clifford said, now you know rule number 88. Don't ever forget. You know what I'm saying? Just because a bitch is good at keeping peace don't mean she can't wage war. I said, you better tell her. You better tell her. And Big L was like, and then him and Diamond both was laughing. And so here go Keyshawn knocking at her freaking sister door. And the damn stepmama, I believe that was, is at the door talking about, oh, hey, Keyshawn, and Keyshawn says, hey, she says, Alicia, where's, what I'm saying? Where's Alicia? I gotta take her to the doctor's appointment. And here go this funky ass bitch, y'all. Derek ain't mentioned that they had a doctor's appointment. And Keyshawn is like, what? And she was like, yeah, as soon as I saw Regal, I called him to tell him how pretty that girl had got and big she had got since I seen her. She was only 1 week old the last time. That girl got some beautiful hair. She gonna be so pretty. I told him she favored him. And Keyshawn is like, wait. You called Derek? And she's like, yeah. He said he ain't known that you had so many errands to run. He came right over and picked them up to help you out since you was busy. And Keyshawn is like, he picked him up. And she was like, yeah, we all wish we could have help like that. Right, Leisha? And her sister just standing there. And I said, wow. You know what's crazy? Because when I was talking about the different predictions and saying that me and my sister was talking about predictions, she literally was saying, what if the mother's keeping in touch with Derek? What if she would be, calling him? And I was supposed to do one video last week, one this week. Didn't get to do it. Did one the other day. Forgot to talk about that, but I did talk about the daggone sister. And I'm like, this bitch right here, you can't tell me she wasn't being petty and nasty. And that she knows the danger that Keyshawn is in, and she's A-okay with her being in it. It's like she getting freaking pleasure out of it, this nasty bitch. I didn't think nobody could be nastier than damn freaking Mayor Bishop ass Patrice. And she done met a match over here with this one, y'all. She is freaking disgusting. Andre over here trying to call Haley phone. Her phone already disconnected or whatever. And, he going to the jail to see his father. And then, oh, man, Keyshawn gets home. And here go Derek with the kids. And here goes CPS finally showing up. Now, they didn't want to come when they saw these original bruises at the damn hospital. But now they could show up and they check in the house and they got a police officer. She got a police officer with her, and Keyshawn is asking what's going on. She talking about, oh, I'm from Protective Services. We see that there was an issue or whatever, and there was a mandated report to investigate the possible child abuse regarding your son. And she was like, Keyshawn said, I don't know what you're talking about. She said, you don't? She was like, well, didn't you sign this release form? And she was like, yeah, but the doctor basically told me that all small kids, get marks like this or whatever the case may be. This happens with a lot of them. And the worker was like, yeah, if it was just that by itself, that would be fine and that would be normal. But we also had somebody else that called too, to say that they heard some type of noises. And here goes Derek acting like she was just making noises by herself, acting like, she's the one that's abusing the damn kids. He talking about somebody had called and made a report the night that you came home. And so Keyshawn is like, wait, there's an investigation. And the lady's telling her, yeah, you have to comply. We have to do weekly check-ins that it's going to last up to 6 months. Keyshawn was like, 6 months? She said, yeah. She was like, y'all going to keep retaining joint custody in the meantime, and you're subject to psychological evaluations and all of this different kind of stuff. And at this point, Keyshawn zones out. She's hearing all different kind of stuff coming out the daggone lady mouth. She just seeing red now. She's seeing freaking Derek with this smile on his face, and she just completely loses it. She start beating the mess out of damn Derek, and in the process of her beating the mess out of him and the cop trying to get her off of him, she hits him too, and of course he ends up throwing her down and arresting her. I say, y'all got to be freaking kidding me right now. Y'all got to be freaking kidding me right now. This is a joke, right? Moving on along, we get Mercedes coming out. She see Maine out here. And, she says to Terica she want to introduce him to somebody. She bring her over for him to meet her. He like, oh, that's your little girl or whatever. She like, yeah. And, because she had told Terica, okay, that's enough. You met him. You could go in the house now. So when she goes in, Maine is basically saying to her, like, yo, what was up with that last night or whatever? Because she said, yo, last night was crazy, wasn't it? He was like, sure was for a minute. And she was like, Diamond got that shit back together. She was like, I actually got a big chance to come out and do my dance. You asked why I wasn't up there in my floor. She was like, you like what you saw? He took my stomach was all right. She was like, nah, that shit was better than all right. So he was like, yeah, well, you was up there with that Village Hustle nigga. So she said, listen, I know y'all got your differences, the red and the green and the, gold and yellow, whatever, green and yellow. But she was like, beneath the light is all red. So he was like, nah, there's a difference, Mercedes, and you chose sides. You picked a side. I said, oh, really, man? You want to get cute now? And she was like, look, it's all just was about a dance. And he said, yeah, the dance of death. And he was like, soon I'm going to see you rocking them Christmas colors. So she was like, no, my allegiance is to the pink. And he was like, well, it seemed like your allegiance is to that F word. And so she was like, watch how you talking about Clifford. He said, that's not the one I'm talking about. So she was like, what? So obviously is out here in the streets. Whisper was over here acting like she telling, I guess, people futures or something. I don't know what the hell she was doing. And Duffy and Roulette was busy kissing in the corner. So they was like, nah, y'all all get out here and y'all party or whatever. And they party and they enjoying Ernestine's dance. And so, Clifford friends was saying, look at Ernestine over there with her mandingo. And, Clifford talking about, oh, God, they going to make me vomit or whatever. And she was like, look, that woman know how to give second chances. And Clifford said, yeah, she know how to give 55 and 56 too. So next thing you know, Pretty Brown Eyes came on. And, Clifford talking about, ooh, who knew had to put my song on in the jukebox. So she said, looks like your son. She was like, what? And we look over there and pretty brown eyes, who's standing there? Little murder. Big murders in the building. Okay. So Clifford go over there and was like, what the hell you doing here? And he was like, telling her why she got her face frowned up. She said, because I feel like I've been seeing ghosts all day and I thought you was another one. So she was like, you supposed to be gone. So, well, I'm here now, okay? And so I wasn't going to leave without saying goodbye to Shorty right here, Miss Ernestine. So then she like, Little Murder? Okay, Ernestine love her some Little Murder. She like, everybody, this is the biggest singer in the game. Child, through this whole scene, I was like, oh, God, he gonna get shot. He gonna get shot. He gonna get shot. He gonna get shot, okay? So she said, he gonna be making memories. And she was like, oh, Lord. And she's just hugging up on him and laughing. And she bring him over on the floor to dance. So, then Clifford see Mercedes and Terica coming in, and she like, what you doing in here with this daggone baby? And she was like, look, all them times Keyshawn was bringing her babies in, it should be okay for me. And, Terica told her she brung some pig feet, and she's telling Terica she's so beautiful, and she tell her, go ahead on over there, don't drink no beer or nothing though, but there's some other goodies by the bar. And so, he looking at her, Little Murder looking at, Uncle Clifford looking at him. And so Mercedes was like, girl, that's you? And she was like, girl, come in the kitchen with me so we can make some potato salad. Right now, she gonna catch her up on it. And so, we see that Big L and, Diamond and all of them is at the table eating, and he gets a call, and it's Keyshawn, and she's like, listen, I thought I could do it, but I couldn't. I messed up. All right, my hair wasn't long enough. I thought it was, but it wasn't. And she was like, the big bad wolf done swallowed that damn key. Okay, the beast swallowed the key. He got it. And so he was like, did he really? And she was like, yeah. She was like, but once upon a time, this knight told me in a far, far, far away land, baby, that, he could basically help me, or he could take care of it. And she was like, can you still take care of it, for me? And so, oh, child, yeah. So, we get back to Clifford and Mercedes in the kitchen, and, they all, like I said, she's updating them. Then he's mixing up that potato salad, all right. And she says, telling her also that she brought the club back, and she was like, how she did that? How you did that? And she was like, girl, I had, to let her know I had some heart too. So she was like, it's all coming together. It's been a good lesson for both of them. She was like, now you could come back and be by my side. I could have my top person, back, because, Keyshawn done moved on, and they say, yeah, they hope everything work out good for her. And Mercedes has to tell her, like, that was my last dance. And she was like, what? Because, she was even saying, like, once, they open up that casino, there's going to be more people coming in from there. And Mercedes told her, I should have retired a long time ago, And so Clifford was like, so all of y'all leaving me? And she said, just look at it like you said, we dreaming new dreams, And then she just had to look and be like, yeah, give a little wink or whatever. And they hugged each other. And so we get freaking, roulette in the bathroom, and one of Clifford Peoples is basically telling her that she know her whole game she running. And I'm thinking she gonna tell on her. She over here talking about she want to be down with it. That's, she needs somebody like her with her flavor. Okay, they gonna be looking, for somebody like her too. And she was like, how I know you ain't gonna tell Clifford? And she talking about there's a lot of things that she haven't told Clifford, and I'm giving her the damn side eye. So we see that Little Murder's waiting for her when she come out the kitchen again. And she is like, yo, what are you still doing here? Like, what is going on? And he was basically saying, like, I'm waiting for you. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying here. And she was like, this is not making no sense. Why would you want to stay here and damn Chuckalisa when you could have Tina Snow? How many different guys would want to go for an open act like that? And he was like, well, shit, let one of them go. He was like, now, Wody says every wave ain't meant to be rode. road. And she said, you scared. That's why you don't want to go. He said, I ain't no punk. And she was like, oh yeah, well, that you are, because if you really think you want to sit around and make breakfast for me and my grandmother for the rest of your life, or whatever the case may be, every day, you know what I'm saying, that's impulse that you riding on. That's not your decision. And she telling him about how, you know, she's 40 and he's half her age, what he know about love. And he said, listen, you're the one that pushing me away because you think you not worthy. You the one that's scared. That's what the real deal is. You trying to make it seem like it's about me, but it's really about you. You know what I'm saying? And so when Clifford said the part about how, you know, was love, you know, and he was also telling him, like, listen, I do fantasy for a living. So when it comes to this, I need real life and real life, you know. Little Murder opens up and tells him the whole story about Teague meeting him in jail, you know, taking him in the room, you know, having different people or whatever that he experienced things with, and being in the closet for so long. And he was like, maybe because he didn't love him, or he couldn't love him the way that he wanted him to be loved, maybe that's how, you know what I'm saying, Teague ended up taking, you know, his life. And, you know, Clifford was basically like, that's what happened? Oh my goodness, like, I'm sorry for what happened to your friend, you know. And she said, one thing about us, sometimes we can, you know, carry pain on our chest or whatever the case may be, and regret and stuff like that. And she was like, I don't want you to look at me and have regret every night. And Marcus, okay, but Little Murder was like, that's my choice, not yours. But in the midst of them talking, you know, Big L was like, you gotta hurry up, you gotta come here. Child, they go look, and they only got $24,000 there. And she's like, no, this is not wrong. We made way more than this last night, and it wasn't like this morning. He said, yeah, I did all of that with the keyboard too. He was like, that account done got, you know what I'm saying, hacked. And so she looked, and it's freaking 42,000 and change that done went to some damn Sinead freaking fabrics. And she was like, that mustard colored red bone bitch. And then you know, Big L was like, I told you we should have snuffed her the hell out, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? We should have took her ass out. We should have split her damn wig. And I say, yeah, y'all sure should have. So, you know, Uncle Clifford is like, whoa, 24 motherfucking savage, you know. And she's just over it. And he was like, you know, I guess these damn pills done came in handy now, and was giving her 2 pills. She said, give me the whole damn bag, all right? So again, Haley, trifling, raggedy, stinky, funky, nasty ass behind, you know, walking off the damn bus and all white, holding her damn stomach. She's sick. I'm sorry, sick. Because if she gave you the check, what the hell you needed to go ahead and steal money from her too for? Nasty. And that's why you will never have good luck, and bad shit gonna follow you every damn where you go. You know, nonetheless, Clifford still came outside and was partying again. Little Murder walk over and, you know what I'm saying, start dancing behind her, holding her. They start dancing together, and baby, they kiss. And everybody was like, you know, and Cliff was like, what the hell y'all looking at? And so, child, while they busy with that, Diamond go out to the damn car, y'all. And he getting stuff together to, I guess, go try to see if he can't take care of Derek behind. And somebody come up behind him. You know, they fighting him. They stab him in the side. And Diamond still was holding his own, okay? He was still coming with it like, oh, y'all think I'm a punk? You know, and at first, of course, it was Big Bone or whatever, right? Because you could see the shape and everything and what she had on. Child, then somebody else came and added in, you know, jumped in on it or whatever, and it's both of them. And then they gag him up, throw him in the trunk and all of that. And she talking about something, that's the one that took out a damn lieutenant. And the guy gonna talk about, nah, we not gonna make it that easy or whatever the case may be. We not gonna kill you. At this point, you know, freaking Diamond is getting flashes of all different kind of stuff. He's remembering the echoes and different things of, you know, Haley saying, why do you still have Matavia's ring? And he's getting flashes from, you know, when he probably was fighting the military or whatever have you. And so the guy's basically like, we not gonna make it that easy. So I guess I'm happy that at least They didn't kill him, at least not for now, not right on the spot. But I'm like, are y'all freaking kidding me? Like, they gonna talk about that's gonna be too easy, nigga. Like, nobody's coming out the club. Nobody sees you. Nobody's gonna check on you. Is Big Bone supposed to just bring her behind back in the pink and act like nothing happened? Ain't nobody supposed to catch up to her. And on top of freaking Haley ripping off Clifford's money anyway, on top of him giving her a damn check, she's the whole reason why Diamond is in this situation, and she gets to go away free and clear. I know that's not what y'all trying to tell me. I know that's not what y'all trying to tell me. I know you telling the damn lie there. Okay, we ain't having that. But anyway, y'all, that's what I got for P-Valley. This video done went a little longer than I wanted it to, but y'all put it in the comments. Tell me what you thought, what you liked, what you didn't like, all that good stuff. You know how we do. Let's discuss this one, y'all. Okay, like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Till next time.